Hey, good evening, everyone. I thought I would do a little recording here and let you know what's up with our paper that you guys will need to do presentations. So basically, I am looking for 8 to 10 minute presentations. And I need to schedule time with you guys to do the presentation. Email me and let me know if you are available. I guess I'll do a meeting thing. If you want to book some time to present Wednesday night, if you are not able to hop online and present during the times I make available, then you will be allowed to record it and send me a link to your recording. Okay. Let me share my screen here. There's some pretty decent things about this chapter that I wanted to just touch bases with you. So yeah, this chapter, Safety, Health, and Risk Management, is a very, very important chapter. Just to give you a quick overview, 5,190 U.S. workers died at work in I think this was in 2017, and 2.9 million occupational injuries and illnesses occurred. Safety is something that is very important. And it is the job of HR to train, to put systems in place, and to enforce. But it will not work unless the workforce is involved. You might want to take a quick look at Milliken and the example there, and look at their success as a private company. They have been winning tons of awards, 15 years in a row, voted the most ethical company to work for. And they do this all by having their employees from the lower level of the organization be in charge of safety and be in charge of making those changes that are necessary. So yes, it falls to the supervisor to make sure that, hold on just a second, to make sure that the employees are following the regulations. Okay, I apologize. So, the Occupational Safety and Health Act, OSHA, is part of the Department of Labor, and they are in charge of making sure that we are compliant. They are a short staff. I think the proportion that I read is there's one inspector for every 59,000 workers. So obviously they cannot do everything. They do set out standards that companies have to comply with, and then companies are required to keep records of occupational illnesses and occupational injuries. If there is a death, you have to report it to OSHA, deaths caused at work. You have to report it fairly quickly. If there is an accident where someone loses a limb, you have hours before you to report it. So you do need to be on top of things, and OSHA has in writing what their policies are. So this is a little chart. It doesn't cover everything, but it gives a general idea. So if a worker is injured and it's fatal, report right away. If it wasn't fatal, but they were admitted to a hospital, you report it right away. If it results in an amputation, you report it right away. If someone loses an eye, you report it right away. Those are the major things that you have to report to OSHA immediately. OSHA will issue citations if they feel that you have had plenty of warning and not complied. Hold on just a second. Stop. Okay. Stop. Come over here. Tofu, over here. Come on. I feel like I have a 2-year-old brat in the house with a puppy that disobeys. Okay, so employers must provide a employers are required to provide a workplace that is free from hazards, and they are mandated to enforce OSHA standards. Employees must adhere to safety and health on the job and work without fear of punishment. And there are some links. So, what are the causes of accidents? Were they beyond management's control? Was it because of unsafe conditions or unsafe acts? There's the story of Milliken. So chemicals in industrial hygiene are a big problem. Asbestos exposure and work quality are some other situations that are challenging. Alcoholism and substance abuse at work are also a problem. The laws around marijuana are changing and are posing a challenge to employers. Employers must have a drug policy and then adhere to it very, very strictly. Stress, burnout, and depression are other safety hazards, and work can contribute to this, and employers must be aware and take action if they see continued high stress, an employee burning out, or an employee who is depressed. Terrorism and cybersecurity are also under OSHA, and basically they are acts that you cannot truly prevent, but there are things you must do to protect your employees, to protect your data and protect your customers. Okay. You must have a business continuity and emergency plan. Approximately 40% of companies never reopen after suffering business disruptions from a major catastrophe. We hear about Louisiana to this day, how Katrina has contributed to long-term poverty because of businesses that went out of business and could not get started up again because of a natural disaster. So those are some main things. Look around you and see what is affecting the safety of your environment, and what you should do to maintain equitable, something that is acceptable to your employees, that is enforceable, and that is compliant with the law. Companies should strive to go above the requirement of the law, not stay within it or below it. So the most ethical companies go way beyond. So those are some main highlights of that chapter that I wanted to point out. And it is relevant to every single one of us at work. If we are at a supervisory level, what is our responsibility? If we are an employee, what is our responsibility? So watch for my email in a bit, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Good evening.